My dear distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Alibaba Global Digital Talent Network Conference. I would like to express my gratitude to all the guests who took time off your busy schedule to join us on-site here in Alibaba headquarters Xixi campus. And also sending my warm greetings from Hangzhou to those who dial in virtually from all parts of the world. My name is Sophie, and I'm really honored to be a host of this wonderful event today. In this conference, we aim to share the latest updates and success stories from Alibaba GDT program and celebrate the accomplishments of our collaborations. More importantly, seeking further possibilities of strengthening our partnership on global digital talent development. So, we're going to start off the ride with an opening speech from Mr. Song Juntao, Secretary of EWTP and Head of Alibaba Globalization Office at Alibaba Group.
Dear guests and GDT partners, it's a great pleasure to welcome you all to the Alibaba GDT Network Online Conference 2023, which marks an exciting opportunity for us to strengthen our partnership on the Global Digital Talent Program, a flagship training initiative under EWTP. EWTP's core commitment is to create equitable access to cross-border trade opportunities for youth, SMEs, and women. We have introduced the GDT program in Southeast Asia, Latin America, Africa, as well as Oceania since its inception in 2017. So far, 30 universities and training institutions, 1,400 lecturers, 40,000 students have successfully completed from our online and offline program. We believe the GDT program can help level the playing field for youth and support them on their path to digital transformation. We look forward to welcome more aspirational partners to play a role in driving the development of the local economy. From our interactions with our lecturers, students, and collaboration with the local partners, we see that there is abundance of synergy between local talent and digital economy. For example, the Digital Village in Mexico, this project helped local SMEs expand their business online with the support of GDT lecturers and students, bringing more opportunities in the global digital market. Since its launch in 2020, the Mexican Digital Village project has helped nearly 1,500 entrepreneurs transform their businesses. The new village in Malaysia, GDT lecturers and students from Utah University help promote and sell over 30 rural products through Lazada.com and other online platforms. Digital transformation process involves not just partial deployment of digital technology, but more importantly, changes in people's mindsets. The good thing is that there are a lot of universities and training organizations already recognize the need and value of digitalization, as demonstrated by the overwhelming support from our partners in the past years. Once again, welcome to the Alibaba GDT Network Online Conference 2023. We wish that we can organize in-person events in the future, giving GDT family here an opportunity to come together, deepen their relationships, and enrich their learning journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Song, for your wonderful speech. Today, we also have new partners joining us who might be curious about how GDT program was initiated. Up next, please join me in welcome Dan Liu, Senior Advisor of EWTP Digital Capacity Building. Welcome.
Thank you, Sophie. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning from Hangzhou, China, and to all the GDT partners and our dear guests all over the world. So it is my great pleasure to speak to you about the GDT program today, and also I would like to introduce you the GDT journey over the past 5 years. Okay, so I'm from the team of Alibaba EWTP Digital Capacity Building team. I'm working with Kathy on the same team. So can you see the slide? This is the picture of Jack Ma visit to Africa. So when Jack Ma visited Africa, he announced a commitment to empower the entrepreneurs, youth, and women all around the world. But why is that? I think that's the reason behind is EWTP. EWTP, the Electronic World Trade Platform, which pioneered by Alibaba, is a private sector-led and multi-stakeholder initiative to promote public-private sector collaboration and dialogue in support of inclusive global trade. So the goal of EWTP is to contribute to the creation of a global trading system which uses cooperation and technology to empower SMEs, to support participation by women and youth, and also to facilitate global consumption. So the GDT program is a flagship initiative training program under EWTP, which was launched in the year of 2017 with the aim of nurturing and developing top-tier digital talent across the globe. The digital capacity building actually is part of Alibaba EWTP's initiatives to help promote the development of the digital economy, so its programs inspire and support entrepreneurs, youth, and women globally by sharing the positive impact of the digital economy in promoting inclusive development. So, as you can see, over the past 5 years, the Alibaba GDT program has made significant strides in achieving its goals. The program has focused on building a pipeline of future digital leaders, fostering innovation, and promoting cross-cultural collaboration. So to date, the program has trained and nurtured over 1,400 lecturers and 40,000 students from 30 universities and training institutions covering Southeast Asia, Latin America, Africa, as well as Oceania regions. And these participants have gone on to become key leaders in their respective fields. Here's I think it's the general map of the GDT program coverage, the regions. I think it's across the globe. So over the past 5 years, I think one of the key success factors of the program has been its focus on innovation. The program has encouraged the participants to think creatively and develop solutions to real-world problems. This focus on innovation has not only helped our participants develop their skills, but has also contributed to the wider digital ecosystem by creating some new business models and enabling entrepreneurship. I will give you some examples. So for example, first one in Malaysia, inspired by the GDT case study, I think it's China Taobao Village and empowerment through e-commerce. This is a very typical case study of GDT curriculum. So a group of Malaysian GDT students who decided to help local coffee farmers with branding and reinventing their product offerings and marketing. So GDT lecturers, also in Utah University, Malaysia, leads the students group to sell soil sauce as entrepreneurship project, started since the year of 2019. And also in Mexico, GDT lecturers, students, and our local partner set up the Mexico Digital Village, helping local artisans undergo a digital upgrade, to bring their products online, to use the digital payments and manage logistics. These Mexican specialty products, including Mexican honey, leather goods, and mocajete. This is a very Spanish pronunciation. I think it's the mota and the pesos. So all these products are now sold to Indonesia, South Africa, and Europe, which brings huge difference to the small village. While in China, the GDT student who joined the new established company to help Chinese manufacturer do digitalization, cooperating with Chinese duvet manufacturer and helped set up a new direct-to-consumer brand and sell duvet product to US market. So, as you can see, GDT program, the global, it's not only just a curriculum, a class, interaction or sharing, but more importantly, it's focused on building a global community. The program has also been very instrumental in promoting cross-cultural collaboration by bringing together our participants from different backgrounds and countries. The program has facilitated the exchange of ideas and best practices and fostered mutual understanding and respect. So here, as you can see from the slide, we have built some community sharing for educational leaders from different countries, Southeast Asia, and also Mexico, and later maybe we will cover Africa and other countries. And the second community is the platform for sharing for our GDT lecturers. No matter it's the offline or even during the pandemic area, the teachers, they can share online to exchange their ideas and insights about the program. And also for students, Alibaba GDT program, we have also developed Alibaba GDT Global Challenge for our GDT project student groups to compete each other, to share with their best practices. So all this have not only enriched the learning experience of participants, but more importantly, has also contributed to building a bridge between different cultures and promoting global cooperation. So what lies ahead? Now, I think every one of us, we begin to emerge from the pandemic. It's very natural to ask this question, what lies ahead? What will the post-pandemic world look like? And what challenges and opportunities will we face? I think one of the key areas where we need to focus, no doubt, is the digital transformation of our economy and our society. The pandemic has accelerated the adoption of digital technologies in many areas, from remote work and online education to telemedicine and e-commerce. But we need to ensure that these advances should be inclusive, sustainable, and equitable, so that everyone can benefit from them. While looking into the future, the Alibaba Digital Talent Program is well positioned to continue its growth and impact. I think with the rapid advancement of digital technology, the demand for skilled digital talent is only going to increase. The program's focus on innovation, cross-cultural collaboration, and leadership development will continue to be critical in meeting this demand and creating a workforce that is prepared for the challenges of the future. Ultimately, the future after the pandemic depends on all of us. The Alibaba GDT program has achieved significant success over the past 5 years and has established itself as a leader in digital talent development. I have no doubt the program will continue to thrive and continue to contribute to the development of top-tier digital talent across the globe in the years to come. So thank you again for joining today's conference, and hope to see you in person in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan, for providing so much information of the program. Truly impressive to see how profound impact the program on nurturing future digital talents. We cannot be who we are without our partner institutions. Whether you are from Malaysia, Vietnam, China, Mexico, or Rwanda, you all had played an irreplaceable role in implementing the program and delivering its content. Up next, let's welcome Eve Xia, Director of EWTP Digital Capacity Building at Alibaba Group, to present 5 awards to these institutions as a recognition of your contributions.
Thank you, Sophia. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I want to express my gratitude for all the hard work you put in over the past years to cultivate young talents. Thanks to your continued efforts, I believe our lecturers and students are truly enjoying their GDT journey. Welcome again. Let me announce the 5 awards for institutions. The Academic Excellence Award goes to Sunway University and University Tunku Abdul Rahman from Malaysia. Next is the Practice Excellence Award goes to INTI University, Malaysia. Next is the Most Social Impact Award goes to YOTA from Malaysia. Next is the Most Innovation Award is rewarded to UTech, Mexico, and the Innovative Learning Hub, Vietnam. Next is the Special Contribution Award goes to Juventudes Ischado, Mexico. Congratulations.
With us today. Welcome, Betty. Welcome to China.
Hi, Patty. Congratulations. Yeah. I think, Betty, I hope you enjoy the journey here in Hangzhou. And can you please share with us what is this prize means to you?
Yes, thank you. Dear Alibaba team, on behalf of the Institute for the Development and Attention to Guanajuato, Juventudes GTO, I want to express our gratitude for the Digital Village program and the collaboration we have established with Alibaba. Your expertise in digital commerce has been crucial for the development of digital skills in our community, and we are truly grateful for your support. But I will also like to mention something more. Thanks to your help, we learn much more than technical issues about digital commerce. We can understand that one of the most important ingredients of the success is call to the service, a real commitment to take a change with those around us. We need to generate more tools to encourage the mentality. If not now, when? If not me, who? Achieving an ecosystem of innovation in thought, but above all committed to this environment, bringing more work to Guanajuato and more Guanajuato to the world. Once again, thank you for your support and collaboration in this program. We are truly honored to have the opportunity to work with Alibaba, and we look forward to continue our partnership. On behalf of Toño Navarro, General Director of Juventudes GTO, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Betty, for your wonderful speech, and hope you had a wonderful trip here in China. Thank you. Well, thank you, Eve, and congratulations on all of our award-winning institutions. Our next session is the signing ceremony. Virtually, today we have representative from NTUC Learning Hub from Singapore. Could you please turn on your camera, please?
Hi, good morning, everyone. This
Good morning.
is Anthony from NTUC Learning Hub.
Nice to meet you. So, our next will be our signing ceremony. May I ask, do you have your documents ready?
Yes,
Great.
I'm going to sign.
Yeah. Thank you, and looking forward for our further cooperation.
Yeah, thank you. I'm excited as well.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Up next, we have the honor to have the representative from Inti University from Malaysia. Could you please turn on
Hi.
your camera and say hi to us?
Hi everyone, this is Ethan from Inti International University.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome, welcome. So you have the documents ready?
Yep.
Great. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
joining us. Hope to see you in Hangzhou soon.
Hope to see you soon too.
See you.
Thank you. And our next session, let's invite Mr. Chandy Zhuang to share with us the latest curriculum of the GDT program. Welcome, Chandy. Chandy is our senior advisor from EWTP Digital Capacity Building at Alibaba Group. And currently here, he's with us here in Hangzhou CC campus. Welcome, Chandy.
Thank you, Sophia. And my great pleasure to be here to present this part. And I think this is the very important part for our lecturers and our partners. Revamping the curriculum, growing with the industry is my topic. So since I guess there is a lot of new friends and as well as our old friends are here, so I think it is very necessary for us to revisit our mission. So the mission of our GDT program is to promote digital transformation and inclusive development through education. Actually, from my point of view, this is not a slogan. This is what we really truly believe and what we fight for. We strongly believe that education plays a significant role in promoting the inclusive development because from a historical point of view, every time, when there is a technical revolution, there will be it will tremendously increase the productivity in the world, and therefore it will benefit a part of people to create some, great companies. But at the same time, we still realize that it will result in some unfairness in the rest of the world. So we believe that only through the education it is possible to deliver the benefits of digitalization to each, to the hands of each people. So this is what our mission is. So under this mission, with the understanding of this mission, I'm going to explain why do we revamp the curriculum this time. So we have 3 reasons. The first is to ensure relevance to the most updated business practice, because the digital transformation proceeds very, very fast, extremely fast, and much faster than that in the industry era. today for our students and for our teachers, it is impossible for us to learn something or learn some business practice 10 years ago, 20 years ago. So we believe it is, particularly important for our students to keep most updated with what is happening right now in the world. And the second reason is to promote innovation and creativity of students to solve the real world problem. Because what we truly believe is the best approach for learning is to learn from doing, is to learn from solving real problems. That's why we revamp our curriculum and introduce some more real-world problems this time. And the third reason is to prepare our students for the future and equip them with the global perspectives. In the past, we used to present a lot of Chinese use cases for us to understand what is the digitalization is. Of course, there is a lot of good use cases, but at the same time, I think it may result in some misunderstandings for some students that, does it only work in China? How about our country? How about our community? So this time, we introduce a lot of new use cases from different countries in the regions for us to have a global perspective and to inspire our people, our students, that not only the use cases in China works, but also there are a lot of people around the different countries in the world that are adopting and leveraging the digitalization to solve their own problems. So that is the reason for us to revamp the curriculum this time. And I think since there are some new partners, I would like to introduce the content structure of the GDT program. The GDT program content is actually consisted of 3 parts: the digital transformation, digital entrepreneurship, and the simulation platform. So the first part, digital transformation, is designed for each student that are willing to understand what this digitalization is. And we have 8 topics in this part. The first 4 topics embrace the digital economy, features of digital economy, and business paradigm shift, changing nature of the work, is something that we're going to explain what is digitalization is, what is the nature of data, and how it works to change the business paradigm, as well as the way we are working. And the rest of 4 topic is about how we use digitalization to solve the problems in different industry sectors. For example, in the retail, logistics, finance, manufacturing, so on and so forth. So we have, the transformation of traditional industry, new retail, smart logistics, new finance, new manufacturing, so on and so forth. And the second part, digital entrepreneurship, is designed for those people or for those students who want to become business owners, start up some new businesses, become entrepreneurs after graduation. So in this part, we're going to introduce a lot of business practices. For example, holistic view of business, human-centric product service, develop, process, mission-driven entrepreneurs, so on and so forth, for us to understand how and why we're going to become an entrepreneurs based on the experiences Alibaba have in the past 20 years. And of course, we also provide a simulation platform for our students, not only learn from the books, but also they can experience what is the e-commerce like, a cross-border e-commerce like, on a simulation platform by themselves. And we also provide a lot of academic resources, for example, the PowerPoints, the simulation platform, as I just mentioned, case studies and case videos. All those resources will be very vivid materials for our students to understand what is the digitalization is. So what do we revamp this time? We have 3 aspects, to be honest: theory, statistics, case studies. The first, theory, we introduce more fundamental theories by working with Luohan Academy about the nature of digitalization to to help our students to gain a deeper understanding of what is, not only what is the digitalization, not only what is happening right now, but why and how it is happening. In the previous version of our curriculum, we present a lot of what means, what is happening in China in terms of the digitalization. But, for many of the students, it is, of course, they can understand what is digitalization looks like in China. But it's at the same time, they will be some kind of confused that how it works in our country, in our nation. So we believe it is also very important for them not only understand what is happening, but why it is happening and how it is happening. Only by understanding such kind of the knowledge, it is possible for them to leverage the digitalization and implement into their own real problems here. So this is the theory part. And of course, we updated all the statistics in the curriculum for us to keep most updated with the real world, to solve the real world problems. Especially those, we realized that digitalization has greatly boosted during the COVID-19 pandemic in the past 3 years. So there are a lot of new cases emerged. That's why we have new case studies. We noticed there are a lot of new cases emerged during the pandemic in the past 3 years in terms of digital transformation in the new markets. So we believe by introducing such kind of new cases, it is possible for us to understand more about digitalization and implement into our own problems. Here, I would like to introduce our new content partners, which is Luohan Academy. The Luohan Academy was founded in the year of 2018 in Hangzhou. So it is an open research institute initiated by Alibaba Group and launched by world-renowned social scientists, including 7 Nobel Prize laureates in economics. So by introducing Luohan Academy and working with such great partners, it is possible for us to design some new theories in our curriculums and help our students to understand more about digitalization. I would like to give you some examples about the theory part. We provide more fundamental theories by introducing the value, the nature, the feature of data. It will be very helpful for our students to understand the nature of digitalization, which is actually the revolution of information. To make it clear, it is actually the deconstruction and the reconstruction of information. In the past of the time, the information is very, very important in all kinds of the business activities. Because in every activities of our business practice, we are dealing the information. We make decisions based on the information we collected. But in the past of the time, the information can only be delivered with the carriers of some physical things. But with the help of digitalization, it is possible to deconstruct and reconstruct of the information in a virtual way, which means the cost of forming information and deliver information will be much, much lower than in the past. So there will be a lot of innovations and creativities based on this understanding of digitalization. And the next, of course, we update most of our statistics in the curriculums. It is easy to understand, so I will not explain more about this. So every part of the statistic in the curriculum, we update it to the most, to the fresh one. And also, we introduce some new case studies. I just show some new case studies as an example in this slide. For example, on the left side, we introduce some industrial digital transformations case studies on agriculture. In the previous curriculum, most of our case studies is about e-commerce, to be honest. But today, especially during the pandemic, we noticed that there are some new case studies in China emerging that, the digitalization has been adopted not only in selling something, not only in e-commerce, but also in a lot of industries, even including the agriculture, to help us to increase the productivity of agriculture and the things alike. So we believe that by adopting the digital approach, it can help us to, survive the very tough moment, especially when we are facing the food crisis. So this is one kind of the new cases. And of course, on the right side, it's a case about Upwork in the United States. And I believe there is a lot of people in North America, they're using the Upwork in their daily work and life. So by adopting such kind of the new organizations based on digitalization, it is possible for us to build some cross-border brand by working with different parts of the world and different people without even physically meeting with each other. So these cases actually are very, very interesting for us to understand. I believe that by understanding these global new cases and new perspectives we have, people will, gain deep insights to understand how to leverage the digitalization and solve their real problems. So that's all about my part. And last but not least, I hope our curriculum should not be a traditional curriculum, but to become a live curriculum to help students grow together with the industry, grow together with the digital transformation in the future trend. So thank you. This is my part.
Thanks for sharing such exciting updates on the latest curriculum. Moving on, let's welcome Kathy, the leader of GDT program, to present the awards for GDT student teams.
Good morning, all. Yeah, it is really a great honor that in the past, even during the pandemic, we have the students teams is still running the project for the digitalization. Yeah, let me announce the 4 awards to student teams. The first award goes to the best social impact, goes to Creative Unicorn from Innovative Learning Hub, Vietnam. The team Su Ju Hong, Craig Worthing Gold Watch Plus, College from Utah, Malaysia. The next one, it is the Best Sustainability Award, goes to 4 teams. International Entrepreneurship Lab Smart Money from University Technology of Querétaro, Mexico. G&O and Packers from University Political of Querétaro, Mexico. And Group Ding Pan Yi Model Harry from Utah, Malaysia. The next one, it is the Best Innovation Award, goes to 2 teams, Model Hira Color Dairy from Utah, Malaysia. The next one, it is the Best Collaboration Model, goes to Craigie Worthing, Ability.com, Group Min Tri Young, Bites of Love, Utah, Malaysia, as well as Aldo Rowe, University Political of Querétaro, Mexico. Congratulations to all students team. We are proud of witnessing the students with the mentorship from the GDT lectures. They are making the change in the digital world. And for me, in the past few years, I have heard a lot about the Mexico Digital Villages project, which it is also written into Alibaba ESG report. Now, I'm lucky to invite Mr. Andrews, who is the head of the Digital Village in Mexico, to share with us how our young students, over 8,000 young students with the guidance of over 400 GDT students, GDT lecturers from Mexico, have supported the different products from honey, from handicraft, and apple trade. How they help a small town to the online platform, how to sell the products to worldwide. Andrews, can you open your camera? Andrews? Yes, I can. Yeah, we can see you and we can hear you. Yes.
Perfect. Thank you, Kathy.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I will share my screen now, and I am very happy to share with you a little bit of what we've been doing in Mexico for the past 3 years, more or less. In Mexico, we have taken all of this knowledge and information from the Global Digital Talent Program, and we have created the Digital Village Project. We were convinced that talent training is not only about the opportunity for these students to get to know what's happening in the digital economy, but the opportunity that we give them to actually be the ones that create innovation, that create entrepreneurship, that create employment, that create economic wealth and growth for their communities. So we were convinced that students had to have this responsibility in their communities, and that's why we not only stopped at the training of the students, but they actually become mentors themselves. And so the Digital Village Project is, of course, inspired in the Taobao Village program, a program led by Alibaba Group since 2010 that in the past 12 years has created over 5,210 Taobao villages in China and has impacted over 50 million people. In Mexico, the Digital Village Project it really addresses, I know sometimes when we say the word village, people expect us to work only with very underprivileged communities, but really the need for digital transformation is everywhere in every single company in this country. And so we've targeted rural or urban communities with a high commercial vocation. You know, this communities that have been producing something for years, but maybe historically, they haven't been able to integrate technologies in the process of becoming smarter, more efficient, so that they could reach new markets and have better margins. And that's where the Digital Village comes in. So we take all of the information from the Digital Village project and we implement it with the universities in the different regions where we work. So far, we've worked with 5 state governments and 1 major university in the country. We have trained over 400 teachers and 8,000 students that have impacted over 1,700 companies in the country. Now, the program is very simple. We begin first by selecting the communities that are going to be impacted. We work very closely with state governments, municipal governments, and the federal government to select the regions that are going to be impacted. Further on, we select the 50 mentors that are going to be trained, plus 10 members of the staff, just because it's important for them to also know the content of the program that we are going to be implementing. Then we begin the training, and this is the best part, right? So the first 50 mentors are trained by the professionals in China during the OTT. Then the mentors become the trainers for 1,000 students. The 1,000 students are selected from several universities within the community that we will be working on. And these 1,000 students are divided in teams of 5. And so each mentor will have 4 teams of 5 students, and each team will be assigned to 1 company in their community. And so the whole point is for this mentor, students, and companies to work throughout the whole program in first understanding where they stand in terms of digital transformation. And then we do the recommendations and then the implementation of the tools that have been selected by the mentors and the students to be implemented in the companies that we're working on. We work on 5 main elements of digital transformation. So we first analyze the digital transformation of internally the company. How's it doing in terms of digitization of their processes, their communication? So we first look into the internal digitization of the company that we're working on. Then we work on the utilization of data for better decision making. Then we work on the utilization of new payment systems, smart payment systems. Then we work on smart logistics options, and finally operations in digital platforms and marketplaces. And so we first do a diagnosis of these 5 elements. Then we do proposals for implementation of tools in these 5 elements. And finally, we go ahead and we implement them in the companies. And so we do a measurement of digital maturity at the beginning of the program, the middle of the program, and at the end of the program. And we've had some amazing results with this 1,700 businesses that we've been working with in the past 3 years. It has been really, really amazing to see the results. I mean, we've been working with artisans that work with volcanic stone in Guanajuato, Mexico, burnt milk candy from that region too, shoes and leather goods. We've been working with ceramics, with onyx and marble. I'll tell you a little bit about the story of the producers of apples in the North Mountains of Puebla, Mexico. And we've been working with doll producers, doll makers. I saw in the video that we were played earlier, I saw this producer of boats saying, you know, you can easily sell boats in Alibaba as well as you can sell, I don't know, like candy or something. And it is true. I mean, the digital economy has really transformed the way that things are being commercialized in the market. And so it's really interesting to see the work that we've been done with fresh produce, with foods, with beverages, with artisanships. And so I'll tell you a little bit about the last of the communities that I visited. This is here at a university, actually, in the mountains of North Puebla in central Mexico. Getting to this university took me about 4.5 hours from Mexico City, and I had to drive through the mountains. This is, just a second. This is how the university looks like. It's in the middle of the mountains. It's really secluded and somewhat difficult to access. But here in the pictures that you see here in front of you, on top, you can see the students that went through the GDT training. In the middle, you can see the company. They are the largest community of apple producers in central Mexico. And then you see below the 2 professors that were trained in the OTT last year on GDT. And it is such an amazing story because I don't know how it works in your countries, but for example, these producers, they produce about 50 tons of apples every year. And when they finish producing their apples, they normally have to call what in Mexico we call coyotes. They are middlemen, abusive middlemen that take very big margins from the producers. And so they send their produce over to Mexico City, and this middleman charge them for the logistics of sending their produce to Mexico City. They don't tell them, they tell them, oh, maybe about 15% of your production came badly or arrived not well, and so we couldn't sell that. They tell them the price at which they sold their apples. They take a 10% commission for themselves, and they transfer the rest of the money to the producers. The producers have no control over their production, and of course, every year they get abused. And they know this, but they don't know anything else. They have no idea how they could maybe reach smaller distributors that could increase their margins. But with GDT, and it's very amazing because that man in the middle, when I first met him, he told me, I don't think that 4 little girls are going to help me change my business. But the professors below, they went through the program. They decided that it was something worth doing. And they trained 4 girls in the University of North Mexico in North Puebla, Mexico. And they were committed to making a difference in the apple producing community of Zacatlán de las Manzanas, Mexico. And they worked with them in creating a digital catalog that they uploaded into WhatsApp Business. Then they created an Instagram store for him. They made a Facebook marketplace. They started posting their products on local platforms. And before the year was over, the producers of apples in Puebla, Mexico, didn't have to sell all of their production to the abusive middlemen in Mexico City. They found smaller distributors near their community that bought the apples directly from them, increasing their margins for over 15%. And they didn't have to pay the 10% that they used to pay to the middlemen. This is an increase of over 25% on their margins that they had last year. This year, the apple producers in Puebla are so happy with this newfound margins that they're thinking about opening a little hotel to make experiences for people to create jams and organic sodas. And they're thinking about all of the added value products that they can create with their apples. This is how GDT can change people's lives, because only using digital platforms to create a digital identity allowed for these producers to find new margins, new markets that would allow them to increase their productivity, their efficiency, and to create better products and think about innovation. And so this is, I think, what encapsulates the amazing results that GDT has had in Mexico, and I'm sure what I see now around the world. So we are extremely excited to keep on working on the Digital Village project. This year, we'll be replicating the program in 4 new states and hopefully expanding the program all over Latin America. So we are very, very happy with all the support that we've been having from the Alibaba team in China, the EWTP team, and the GDT team that are convinced on the impact, the positive impact that digital transformation can have all over the world. And I think the Digital Village in Mexico is proof that this is something that could be happening all over the world. Thank you.
We have the different digital villages in Mexico, and we are excited to see that we have so many cases, so many stories from the local market. So I must say, I would really love to have the opportunity to visit Mexico digital villages in person someday, and to see the apple farmers, to see the students, to help the apple farmers, honey farmers to sell the products online. Besides the Mexico cases, actually we also have the universities like the Utah, like the Innovative Hub from Vietnam, and also we have the different institutions help the industries, not only for villagers, but also help the villagers to industries to do digitalization. So right now, I would like to invite the student from Malaysia who have already featured into the digital entrepreneurship since 2019 and start on their own business. Let's welcome Pang Chongxian to share his inspiring GDT journey with us from Utah.
A very good morning to everyone. Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Pang Chongxian. You can call me CX. I'm graduated in software engineering from University Tunku Abdul Rahman, Utah. So first of all, I would like to thank Dr. Winnie, my advisors, and Utah University Center, and of course, Alibaba GDT programs for giving me this opportunity to share my entrepreneur's experience with all of you here. Okay. So back to 2019, I took part in Alibaba Global E-Commerce Talents, GET. I believe it's now called Global Digital Talents, GDT. And it was an eye-opener to me. This program enabled me to be equipped with the skill sets required and understand how the ecosystems works in current markets. Most importantly, it gave me an opportunity to start up my first business. So my first company is called Cringeworthy, a company that's selling household supplies and pest control products. At first, my friends actually doubted me and asked, why am I choosing this product category? The profit margin is so low, and the worst thing is a lot of people selling similar products. That means that the market is already saturated. So there were other options with high profit margins like selling furniture, resell branded products, skincare, and more. The answer for me is always the same: the demands and the repurchase value. I believe everyone here at least has one household or pest control product in your house, and some of them is using it every day. Eventually, these products are the market demands. So what will they do if they finish the products? So they will buy again the products, and this creates repurchase value. So before we start selling the products, we actually face quite a number of challenges since we have zero experience in editing photos, content writing, literally everything. So it's very important to have a mindset of willing to learn and step out from the comfort zone. So the first challenge is the product's presentations. We cannot just simply grab the product image from online and upload the unclear or blurry product image. We need at least to edit it and make sure it's clear and bright enough to catch customer eyes. So the next thing is the price settings. The problem with this actually, there were many companies selling the same products. Even the supplier themselves, they're actually selling the products on the same platform as us. So the average selling price is very, very, very low. So this is one of the examples. Let's assume that the supplier price is 15 ringgit Malaysia and the selling price is 16.5 ringgit Malaysia. So the profit margin for selling one item is actually only 1.5 ringgit Malaysia. You still have to pay for the charges and the shipping fees. So result in less room to play with the profit margins, especially when you want to submit a promotion price to the campaigns. So our strategy for this is actually creating a bundles. With these bundles, our profit margin increased to 3 ringgit Malaysia. So it provides us more room to play with, and we can have a very competitive pricing models. So last but not least, our product listers don't have any ratings at first, although we sold quite a lot of numbers of items, but we don't receive any ratings. So it happens to us quite often. We managed to overcome this by sending free gift to them. So if the customer is happy with the purchase and also the buying experience, there's a very big chances that they will leave a good rating to your products. Some of the customers even ask for free gift. So we actually trade a free gift for ratings. Yeah. So basically we done everything by ourselves and we implement what we learned from these programs. And this is our result. So in the first business month, we actually made 771.3 ringgit Malaysia. I'm actually satisfied with this amount as it symbolizes a great start. So in the years of 2020, we actually created 29,376.64 ringgit Malaysia. So when we reach these figures, we thought it would be hard for us to make more than this amount. But surprisingly, we reached to a new high in 2021 that we actually created 129,876.8 ringgit Malaysia. And lastly, in the year of 2022, we successfully made 135,919.16 ringgit Malaysia. So these are just the amount we made from Lazada. We actually also selling on Shopee as well. And it's not the end of my entrepreneurship journey yet. I actually took part in another 2 entrepreneur projects with different amazing entrepreneurs. This project is called Fashionpreneurs, which is the combinations of words, fashions, and entrepreneurs. What we're trying to achieve for this project is to create a platform for fashion enthusiasts. The main goal is to create a communities and ecosystems for students who have passions in fashions. We provide a platform which encompasses t-shirt supplies, printing services, consultations, commercializations through e-store, and also showcase of design through a fashion show. We have our first fashion runway shows on 8th April 2019. The theme of the event is Merdeka Memories to commemorate the Malayan's declarations of independence. We actually successfully onboarded 5 fashionpreneurs from different universities such as Indy University, University of Nottingham, Saito University College, and more. So there were 30 audiences attend to these events. And here comes the next fashion runway shows on 15th December 2019 to celebrate the Christmas. So the theme of the event is White Christmas. We managed to onboard 13 fashionpreneurs and a total of 16 audiences. We also invited the professionals modeling agency to give professionals advice to the fashionpreneurs and teach all the models on how to pose and catwalk on the spot. Unfortunately, this project has been discontinued due to the pandemic strikes, and we can't make to the next move. So for me, this is the most memorable project, as in I experienced my teammate actually leaving us and leaving the projects, and first time creating an event, and first time working closely with the stakeholders. Last but not least, the next project is called Automate. It is a social media business enabler. Back to 2021, the live commerce was so popular that most of the businesses added a new sales channels, which is selling their products through live in Facebook. And we found out that there was a loophole capturing the orders to most of the businesses. They're actually still using pens and paper to record down the sales one by one, scrolling through all the comments. So this is the problems we were trying to solve. So Automate is a web application that helps businesses keep track of their online sales by automating the ordering and sales process on social media platforms. We were invited by Utah University Center to participate in these business idea pitching competitions. So at first, we never thought of winning these competitions. What we want was actually to gain experience from these competitions and surround ourselves with others entrepreneurs and learn from them. So this event is hosted by Asia School of Business with more than 15 universities across the Asia. It was very exciting that to be shortlisted round to round and got into the finals. We never knew we would win this competition, but in the end we did. So as an entrepreneur, it's very important to always motivate yourself because unlikely to have someone motivate you. And some people might pour cold water on you, it's fine. So always keep in mind that do the best work and keep the patience. Yeah, that's all from me. Thank you.
Thanks for sharing. Thank you, everyone. For the past 20 years, Alibaba aims to inspire young people with practical cases and contribute to the growth of the digital economy. Over 1,400 teachers have received GDT certificates in the past few years, and our GDT teachers plays a crucial role in the whole process. Up next, let's invite Mr. Zhou Yong to present the GDT Lecture Awards.
Hi everyone, it's really my pleasure today to come back to the stage of GDT program and to give this award to all the teachers. Last few years, probably you listened to a lot of my lectures online, but I really hope this is the last time we meet online. In the future, coming years, I really hope we can visit you guys or you guys can come to the Alibaba, we can meet really in person to celebrate the end of the pandemic. Okay, so today is really my honor to present all these awards to the outstanding teachers. So the number one award I will really present will be the outstanding new teacher who are the new lecturers in 2022. It goes to Lata Tam, Nguyen Thinh Nhiet, Jiang from Innovative Learning Hub, Vietnam. Congratulations. Sorry about my presentation, to be really honest. I practiced a lot last night, but still there's some problems, for me to pronounce some of the names. Sorry about that. The third one is Soyo Lo from Alicos LSC, Mongolia. And the second award goes to the best mentor, Dr. Rachel Po Su Yin, Lee Hong Xia, INTI International College, Penang, Malaysia. And Magaswari Ranjasam, Sangwei University, Malaysia. And Dr. Wong Hee Wing, Winnie, Chi Hong Mi, Dr. Sir Chung Sen, Utah University, Malaysia. And Mr. Minh Nguyen, Innovative Learning Hub, Vietnam. And Professor Claudia Vargas Lopez, Angel Arroyo Montañez, actually University Technology de, I think, Conterano, Mexico. The third one is the most creative lecturer, Alex Lam, who I already know from the very beginning, International College Penang University in Malaysia. And Ms. Tan Yai, Ms. Chi Cho B, Sangway University, Malaysia, and Dr. Lee Jae Wing, Utah University, Malaysia, and Carla Morales Casas, University Technology de Conterano, Mexico. The fourth one is the Teaching Achievement Award, Dong Hee Hong Ven, Innovative Learning Hub, Vietnam, Michelle Hong La Sang, Natalie Leon Mi Singh, International College, Penang, Malaysia. Ilasho Imita Binti Muhammad Arif, Tan Min Ki, Utah University, Malaysia. Dr. Sing T Ying, Sangway University, Malaysia. Thomas Gado Torres Luna, University Technology de Conterano, Mexico. The final, the number 5 award goes to Special Contribution Award, Christine Gan Han Sing, International College Penang, Malaysia. Ms. Ni Ben Ling, Sangway University, Malaysia. Professor Mary Nina Talavisa Luz, University Technology de Conterano, Mexico. And Dr. Wong Hing Wing, Winnie Chi Young Ming, Utah University, Malaysia. Thanks very much, and really congratulations to all the lecturers who actually got the award today. And we hope really we can continue this GDT journey together in the very near future. Thank you. Okay, hi everyone. So it's my pleasure to be the host for this panel discussion, and also really to see Dr. Winnie, the friend, and also from Mexico, from Guanajuato. Really is, time flies, really. I still can remember first time, Dr. Winnie, when did we meet in the first time? Probably 4 or 5 years ago now. And also
Yes.
the first time I was mentioned to Professor, I visit Guanajuato, that was in 2009. Well, really time flies, 4 years now really, since last time we really visit. But really, the first thing I really want to discuss with you guys is really about, during this 4 to 5 years of a GDT journey, so how's your experience? What is your highlights or what is your lights? Can you really share with everyone challenges we're facing, or really the highlights, all the good times we have? What is your experience? Probably we can start Dr. Winnie, but also before Dr. Winnie and Professor from Guanajuato, also myself, everyone probably know me from the lecture, but also something I want to share today, also not from a proponent view, but also from a practitioner point of view, because really, in the last few years, practice myself all the teaching actually on the program, and that was quite a successful story. I also want to share my own experience with you. So probably, yeah, shall we just, we need to start with, how was it in the last few years of GDT? Hi, Dr. Winnie, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, my journey with GDT at Utah, to be honest, is a new chapter of my professional, also my research in Utah. So it is actually started in the 2016. When we first signed an MOU with Alibaba. So when I first introduced with with a success story, especially the video itself, transformations happen extensively appointed as an academic transformation too. So it is all about making changes to the way we educate our students. So, but first thing first, we the academics should change our mindset. So hard for the academician move away from theory-based teaching. So we at Utah for 100% coursework-based project when it comes to digital commerce, digital entrepreneurship. The program actually gave me a very good opportunity to mentor students from difficulties as well as from different backgrounds. At the same time, it also expanded my industry networking, where I managed to get free grant consulting work from the industry, and it allows me to dive closer to the industry, knowing what are the expectations from talent that they are expecting from the university. From there, to notice that there is a gap of the digital talent that the universities can produce or to provide to meet the industry needs. So therefore, we find that it is very important for the digital entrepreneurship or the digital commerce or digital, we should not limit only to the management system, management students, but we open to all the students in the university. So at the same time, with the knowledge and the exposures that we need program, our students, the lecturer, we are actually helping the underprivileged group to transform their business digitally religious. And when Utah will be care and we will act. Thank you.
Well, thanks very much. You really say something like mindset change of a university academic. Talk about you really expanded your industry net to the real industry, and I really realized there's a major gap between the talents we produce what the society really needs, right? You know, are you really sharing the same experience?
Absolutely, absolutely. As Dr. Higgins said, basically in Guanajuato, in Mexico, this second generation, we're part, and you were our mentor for the GDT program. We all remember you. The intention was that not only the students, but also the small businesses, many small and medium enterprises were benefited. So in Mexico, the economy, by means of the Training State Institute, took this program in this second generation, not only to offer to students, to universities, but also to invite SMEs to be part of the process. So they were, during the second project, they were involved. They were learning at the same time the new platform, the new digital transformation, the paradigm, how to do the leapfrog, etc. All of the concepts we were talking about. So the intention was that sectors like the foodware and leisure, sectors like the food industry, and sectors like the handcraftsmanship improving. You know? At least they knew how to export. They knew how to use the metrics on the social and the social media, or they basically took what comes from the world, different suppliers, to have a better value chain.
Right. So how do you, is there any challenges you find out when you're in Guanajuato, when the university students with the real industry SMEs to help them to transform, right? But is there any challenges, Dr. Winnie, also from Guanajuato, you find that what the real challenges are? Will a student really go to the street? Probably there's a network issue here. Probably we can start
Yeah,
from
we can
the Guanajuato experience.
I think the challenge is basically SMEs are old-fashioned, you know, in terms of what they do what they know they have to do.
Yeah.
So they are not challenging or jeopardizing anything. They think I have to jeopardize that.
Yeah.
So I go what I know. My parents, my grandfather did the same way. So that was the most important thing, you know, to make them know that future is here. You know, that digital world they need if they want to survive. They have to.
So the message is really well received by the industry.
They are because they are keen on knowing what to do. Okay. And I think that's part is we know how, and just trust us.
Okay, yeah, but also Dr. mentioned about as an academic yourself, do you really see some transformation yourself as an academic?
Yes,
so you really are very different business worlds, new technologies.
Yeah, especially for colleagues, teacher colleagues that they are professor, BA in commerce, things like that. They got it from. That's fantastic for them. But even for engineering, from other aspects, at the end, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you need to have these bases. So as a teacher, as a member, we also grew, you know, as person, as people, and as teachers.
Yeah, great. Yeah, that's really the inclusiveness, right? The teachers, the society, the young students. That's really come back to our GDT mission as to promote digital transformation. You know,
Indeed.
Have all this kind of inclusiveness. So yeah, probably we'll go back to Dr. Winnie. I hope the network is better now.
Hi, Dr. Winnie, can you hear us? I think there's some problems on the connection, so your video and your voice has been lost for a while.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Please try again.
Okay.
I think your voice has breaking down.
I can't hear the questions.
Oh, it's getting better now.
Questions?
It's getting better now. Dr. Winnie.
Can you hear us?
Hi, yeah, can you hear me? Yes.
Yeah, the question was, what is the challenges when we really bring the student to the society, to the industry? You know, do you face any challenges?
I should, yes. I think the first thing first is it is about the mindset for the industry. One of the dilemma from the company, from the industry is they do not know who should they recruit. Should they recruit students who are from business or management, or they should actually recruit students from IT? The reason is because the issues actually arise within the company itself. As they are not sure about digital transformation. Is the responsibility and accountability of the sales department, the marketing department, or the IT department? So whenever I involve in the consultancy, I always need to address the same questions over and over again. So there is a misconception from the industry. It's about the digital transformation is a one-man task. So they would think that transformation by right, it should be a journey and it involves everyone in the organization. Yeah. It's more about their mindset or the culture organization to ensure that the technology can be deployed as a multiplier of impact to the organization themselves. It is quite sad to hear the digital talent who can actually perform the task from A, from product leading, product handling, digital marketing, you know, from video creation, editing, content creator, data analytics, everything. So basically, I feel that industry is low for a superhero. So If I think it's a mindset that have to see the digital transformation as a journey for the organization, but not only putting the responsibility to one full staff within the organization, but honest when it comes to company who go through this pandemic, they realize this. So where they actually started to strategizing their resources for this digital transformation for the company.
Yeah.
So regarding the students, I think from our side, we encourage, in fact, we promote GDT programs to students from all backgrounds. We receive a lot of students from architectures, especially, they got so excited for this because it's essential of this digital entrepreneurship for their profession. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks very much. That's really the insight. Yeah, because remember, in a program where we talk about digital transformation, we say the transformation is hard, but the digital one actually is harder. Because as you say, it's not a one department thing. People can all bring a few IT, I got on-prem, that's digitalized. No, it's not. The entire organization has to be
absolutely.
The whole team has to be really transformed. So really has to be starting from the boss. The number one guy. If he's not to go through kind of this revolutionary transformation is not going to happen.
Absolutely.
You have all this kind of a traditional in organizations say no, we don't want to change. Because you push people to the extreme for change. That's really challenging. So really, our students or our universities really should tell when you're doing consultancy jobs or when we actually talk to the companies who are trying to join in them to be realized. Actually, it's not just getting on a platform and buying and selling. It's about entire mindset change, entire paradigm shift. That's the most, and the boss, the CEO, the chairman has to be the one leading the project. Otherwise, nothing really going to happen. I think that's really the challenges. We are all training the people go through the transformation. But also, from my own experience, actually, how do we gain the trust from the company? Because in the company, there's a lot of traditional, people there saying, no, it won't work. Don't trust them. And if you're going to go in there to change a little bit of this, a little bit of that, end of the day, you're going to prove, yeah, it doesn't work. So there's a lot of people there waiting to see it doesn't work. So you're challenging the status quo already there. How do we, as a university or as consultancies or governments, really to help the company to understand, what in terms of transformation, and for our student also to go into the company to earn the trust from the industry. I think that's very important. They have to show, resilience. They have to show it works. They have to show no matter how hard it is, we're going to work very hard at it, to earn the trust from the industry. Yeah, that's often the most challenging one, really.
To show that it works may take a generational change for some owners, for some SME owners. So, as university, as the government, we need to keep on, to keep on. Yeah. That's it. That's the point.
Yeah.
Just to show.
Never give up, really.
Never give up.
To try again and again and again, right? Yeah. So something I can really share with all the lecturers, my own experience is actually, in the last 1 year, last probably 12 months, I started my own D2C business, really. I told everyone in the lecture. Obviously, to be honest, the business is quite successful. I'm not here to talking about how successful my business is, because for 12 months, we actually grow the company from zero now to, $20 million to $30 million revenue a year within 12 months. But the point I really want to is actually, I followed every single thing from the program. You know, I practiced my own theories. I'm probably, sometimes people describe, I'm probably the best student of myself, you know. So remember, actually, everyone, you know, in the program say, you know, the new digital organization, right? We say now a lot of people can really work digitally, and so we can have talent all around. I did that. So my team actually established a brand in the US with 20 people from all over the world. In the last 2 years, we actually never met in person. So I have 2 people sitting in the Hangzhou office. My customer service people is from Philippines. You know, my data analyst is from a station in Spain. You know, my Google media buyer is based in India. You know, my email guys from staying in Bulgaria. You know, my content creation guys in the US. So I actually managed a digital team around the world and make it happen. That's really a new form of a business, because then my business, my talent is not only limited in China, in Hangzhou, in Shanghai. So my team is everywhere in the world. So pay attention to this kind of thing are really happening. I really read a report from McKinsey in 2022. Basically, people saying the working from home is going to be the trends. You know, really, you know, all these people are all freelancers, the creators, you know, marketing consultancies, media by people will leave agency and working independently. So we taught that in the program, right? So I really practiced that myself. Okay, I think that's really to really put the GDT program really works. I mean, we also talk about a change of working style, right? Or working the form of working. Now the ChatGPT, right? Really have to see how serious that can reach industry. I was in Google head office China ago. I met their Asian Pacific. One of the questions we discussed is about when ChatGPT is going to be there, how it's going to really impact the SEO from Google, the rules of Google. Because in the past, if you try to do SEO, you just out of content, right? So the Google search engine knows you. But now, one of the companies saying, I'm used to investing resources. A lot of people are writing all these articles, publish all this kind of content on the world to get very high ranking in SEO. But now they are my competitors in 2 days. So how Google is going to change the SEO rules? Well, the director would say, I don't know, but I mean. So all these kind of things we all taught in the GDT program now become reality. They are. Yeah, so I really am pleased. All the things we're teaching, it's there, you know. It's where we're really foreseeing the future. We're really practicing ourselves, and really confidently, I really want to pass on all of you, it works, you know. Yeah, that'll be very, you know, for the first question I want to ask. But secondly, we also talk about, you know, the industry. We touch base on a little bit. You know, what kind of talent the industry now really is seeking. You know, this is the message I think we also need to pass to our students. The world is changing. You know, even how competitive it is now. I mean, here in China, we can really recruit all over the world. So the talent here in China is no longer competing with the talent here in China. They're competing with the international talents. You know, that's the challenge. I mean, always this kind of a ChatGPT coming up. All these kind of things are really will reshape the digital industry. You know, and speed up the digital transformation. So I think this is really the message we need to talk to our students again, right? Indeed. Yeah. But then another thing I want to ask, what is looking to the future? You know, what is your expectations of the digital? How can Alibaba help future to reach to get this program better and better? Anything
for me?
Okay.
can start. So I think these are clear from the Guanajuato state government standpoint, and they have to see with what's next, in terms of the program, because we first and second part, we are certified as GDT instructors and part of the program. But the intention is that we need to have a network that supports that knowledge wheel, because what we have handy is limited in comparison to this ecosystem we just learned about. So I'm sure that as here in China, the government made a great deal in terms of the system to make it happen, of infrastructure and things like that. I think we are looking for something like that in Mexico. So I think Alibaba Group can help us in that part, to go further, in terms of the program, to set a second or third part follow up, okay, just to have in handy the real ecosystem that we knew about with this program. I think that would be the expectation.
Great, yeah, it's not just teaching anymore. I believe the first stage now is down. Everyone's trained, or the lecturers and trained, teachers are trained. What's next?
That's it.
So we need to probably build an ecosystem, GDT itself, have companies, platforms, governments, all working together to go further now into real practice.
That's what we're on. Yeah.
Great. Dr. Winnie, what is your expectations of a program going forward?
Hi. I think at this moment, I think it will be good if Alibaba can help us in a way that how we can have some kind of student exchanges, GDT students exchange at the different countries. At least we can see that what are the different problems, potential, or the innovation that can actually bring back to the country or bring back to the universities. That I think there is definitely something that we can learn from the countries as well from another university. Because I think the infra is different, the mindset is different. So I think this kind of cross-country sharing would be very, very good.
Wow. That would be great, yeah. So we really get our lecturers here today, right? The first visitor after pandemic. Yeah, Dr. Rin, you should come back again, right? I still remember we were in the EU College of Commerce, but that was in actually 2018, right? Yeah, please do come back, visit us. Yeah, I think really it's a good idea. We're moving the lecture around and sharing different countries' practices, That will be truly a network, a GDT network, supposed to be there. Great. So yeah, thanks very much for sharing today. Sorry.
I think the trip which I made to Hangzhou that time, because before that we were actually looking at videos you don't really see with our eyes. So when we experience it in China, it's really a change of mindset, something that tells us that, hey, it's changing, something that actually makes me think forward on what we should do in terms of actions to bring our students closer to digital. Thank you.
Thank you. So thank you, Dr. Winnie. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
Yeah, so that will be the panel today. Thanks very much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Winnie. I hope to see you soon in Hangzhou in person. And thank you, Mr. Zhou, and also Professor Join. Thank you. I've been really excited for hearing so much insights today. And the GDT program will continue to provide the latest content to GDT institutions, lectures, and also our young people all around the world. We are excited to announce that the on-site trainer-trainer training program and the leaders workshop will be held in Hangzhou, China this coming August. We look forward to meeting you in person soon. So, at the conference to an end, we would like to express our gratitude for all of your support and attendance. Thank you for being part of this special conference, and we hope to see you soon.